I'm gonna rub your belly.
No! No, no, no!
So I'm taking a look back at a franchise that maybe people have forgotten about over the years, and which actually spans more than 20 years. That's almost 80 years. I'm talking about everyone's favorite St. Bernard, Beethoven. They made 8 movies about this dog. He even got his own show.
Beethoven!
They made a whole franchise out of this one dog that gets into trouble and makes a big mess. Also, that dog has got to be like 30 at this point. Just saying. I remember watching the first 2 movies when I was super young, so I don't remember much about them.
Daddy's little girl been naughty tonight. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. It's not even Saturday night. Oh, she drive me crazy.
I know there was a big dog who liked to drool and steal food off the table, and that's really all this movie is. I watched the heck out of Beethoven's Third, not gonna lie. But that's not what we're talking about today. We're talking about the one that started it all, folks. Beethoven from 1992. It's of course a family comedy directed by Brian Levant, who had previously directed the timeless classic of Problem Child 2. And went on to direct such classics as Are We There Yet?
Hey, wait a minute, right? Hold up.
So Beethoven stars Charles Grodin and Bonnie Hunt as George and Alice Newton, a married middle-class family with 3 kids. Beethoven tells the story of a workaholic father who openly hates dogs in the beginning, and his wife and kids who love their unexpected new fluffy companion. There's also a villainous vet who wants Beethoven for their sinister experiments for some reason. I'll get into that in a bit. Yeah, but who cares about all that plot stuff? You paid to see some wacky St. Bernard antics, and in that regard the movie certainly delivers. Beethoven is a regular mischief maker and gets into all kinds of trouble. But he's also a hero and it's convenient for him, so it's all good. Still, this dog is driving Mr. Newton insane, and it's priceless. Slobbering everywhere, laying up in his bed, covered in what I can only hope is mud.
Wallowing in feces, that's what we're dealing with, ladies and gentlemen.
The slapstick comedy is there, even if the gags aren't particularly inventive or clever. Oh, Beethoven is drooling. Dogs have been known to drool. Oh, he likes to shake when he's wet. It's a widely accepted phenomenon. Many people agree. Regardless, the movie is cute, and I think kids will love it. It's short, has plenty of laugh-worthy moments, lots of smiles to be had, and it's just a lot of fun. I love St. Bernards, and seeing Beethoven getting into trouble is such a treat. There's more to this movie than just Beethoven, however. There's other characters in this, if you can believe it. Anyways, I was really thrown off when I saw Fox Mulder, of all people. Yes, there is a pre-X-Files David Duchovny in this. You know when you see a TV actor in a movie, and you can only see the character they play in the show? Alright, look at this scene from I Am Sam. You can't not see Dr. Kelso from Scrubs.
Oh, yeah. My name is Bob Kelso, and I like whores.
Wow, he's a doctor and a judge. He must be the greatest golfer ever. But there's a lot going on in this movie, and it all ties back into your boy Beethoven. Beethoven helps the Newton kids overcome their life problems. He helps the oldest daughter talk to the boy she's crushing on. He saves the little boy from a band of cartoon-level bullies.
Can I see it? Oh, whoops! Sorry.
Oh,
Why do you guys always pick on me?
Because you're a little four-eyed
And he even saves the youngest daughter's life when she falls into a swimming pool. She almost drowns because her babysitter wasn't paying attention to her. What if Beethoven was busy taking a Mondo Duke or something and he didn't have time? This movie got dark. It just became a PSA about bad babysitters. Hashtag not all babysitters. I think the highlight of this movie is Beethoven tormenting Mr. Newton. just driving him up a wall. He's very much the straight man who can't catch a break in this. He's the Squidward of this movie. I'm a big child at heart, so I laughed at some of the zany stuff in this movie. What I didn't care for was the villain's plot. It's just stupid. Not that this movie as a whole is particularly cerebral or thought-provoking. That would be like watching Who's Your Caddy and finding enlightenment.
Damn.
I mean, the villain is fine. He's evil. He does a good job of making you hate him, but his plan just doesn't make any sense to me. He wants to experiment on Beethoven so he can... I don't know. And why does it have to be Beethoven? Yeah, I get that Beethoven escaped his lab in the beginning and wants him back, but why not just get another dog? It's not like Beethoven is the only dog in existence. Dogs aren't teetering on the verge of extinction. He goes through so much trouble to get that dog back, and... what's victory to this guy? What is he gonna do? He gets the dog, and then what? I don't know. I'm looking too deep into this, as usual. Moving on. The acting is very hokey, but in an intentional sort of way. The characters remind me of characters from Rugrats for some reason. And David Duchovny's character is such an exaggerated jerk that it's like a cartoon character. And it makes for even more poetic justice when Beethoven drags him through the yard. By the way, that scene is priceless. Overall, Beethoven is a cute movie with likable characters. The story is pretty generic. Kind of really generic, almost comically so, but there's laughs and smiles to be had, and plenty of cute moments that make you go, "You're alright, Beethoven. This dog is alright." So I'm giving this movie a 6. Pretty okay. It's very much an average movie, but it has a certain charm to it. But anyways, I want to know what you guys think. Do you remember seeing this one back in the day? Feel free to let me know in the comments. And as always, stay squirrely.
What's up, guys?